Most men are not losing because they are not good enough. They are not losing because they do not care. They are not losing because they have nothing to offer. Most men are losing because they are giving away their most valuable asset too cheaply, their attention. They are available all the time. They text first, they double text, they keep dead conversations alive. They plan everything. They emotionally carry the entire connection. They keep giving validation, reassurance, compliments, time, energy, and mental space to a woman who has not truly earned any of it. And then they wonder why they feel drained, confused, anxious, and disrespected. Here's the truth most men do not want to hear. If your attention is always available, it stops feeling valuable. If your validation is given without standards, it becomes cheap. If your energy is offered to anyone who merely shows up, you train people to consume you without investing in you. So today we are flipping the script. Today we are talking about the investment test, a powerful way to identify whether a woman is genuinely interested in you or whether she is simply enjoying the free attention you keep giving her. This is not about manipulation. This is not about playing immature games. This is not about punishing someone with silence. This is about clarity, because a high-value man does not chase shadows. He observes behavior. He measures effort. He understands that attraction without investment is just entertainment. And if she is not investing, she is not building with you. She is just consuming. Before we begin, subscribe to EvoLeveX if you want to evolve into a more disciplined, emotionally powerful, and high-value man. Like this video if you believe a man's attention should be earned, not taken for granted. And comment below, "My attention has value," because the moment you truly understand this, your entire dating life begins to change. Modern dating has created one of the biggest traps for men, the attention trap. In today's digital world, validation has become cheap. A woman can post one picture and receive dozens, sometimes hundreds of likes, reactions, compliments, and messages. Men are everywhere offering attention, praise, and emotional stimulation without requiring anything in return. And because attention is so easily available, many women become used to receiving it without needing to invest back. This is not about blaming women. This is about understanding the environment. When something becomes common, it loses value. If every man is instantly available, instantly impressed, instantly responsive, and instantly emotionally invested, then your presence becomes just another notification on her phone. You become one more man trying to entertain her, one more man trying to prove himself, one more man giving energy while receiving very little in return. That is why the high-value man must separate himself from the crowd, not by being rude, not by acting cold, not by pretending he does not care, but by having standards. A man with standards understands the difference between passive attraction and active investment. Passive attraction is when she enjoys your attention but does not contribute much. She replies but rarely initiates. She accepts plans but rarely suggests them. She laughs at your jokes but does not put effort into knowing you. She keeps the connection alive just enough so you do not leave, but not enough to build something real. That is passive presence, and passive presence is not the same as genuine interest. Active investment looks different. She initiates contact. She asks meaningful questions. She makes time. She suggests plans. She remembers details. She brings warmth, consistency, and effort into the connection. She does not just receive your energy, she adds energy back. That is the difference. A woman who is genuinely interested does not need to be chased forever. She may move slowly, she may test your patience, She may observe your character, but at some point her behavior will show effort. And if there is no effort, there is no real investment. That is where the investment test begins. The investment test is simple. You stop doing all the heavy lifting. You pause the constant stream of validation. You stop over initiating. You stop filling every silence. You stop trying to rescue the connection every time it slows down. And then you observe. Who steps up when you stop carrying everything? Who notices your absence? Who makes an effort? Who values your presence when it is no longer automatically available? This is where reality begins to reveal itself, because many people enjoy your attention, but very few are willing to earn it. Now understand this clearly. The investment test is not ghosting. It is not disappearing to create insecurity. It is not trying to emotionally punish someone. It is a strategic withdrawal from over-functioning. You are not becoming cruel. You are becoming observant. You are shifting from constant initiator to calm respondent. You are no longer forcing the connection forward. You are allowing the other person's actual level of interest to become visible. Because when you are always texting first, always planning, always complimenting, always checking in, and always trying to make something happen, you cannot clearly see whether she likes you or whether she simply likes the attention. So what do you pause? You pause double texting. If she does not reply, you do not keep sending more messages to revive the conversation. You pause overscheduling. If you planned the last meeting, suggested the last call, and carried the last conversation, you step back and see whether she creates movement next. You pause excessive compliments. You stop feeding her ego when she is not feeding the connection. You pause emotional availability for someone who has not shown emotional responsibility. You stop acting like a boyfriend to someone who is giving you the energy of a casual option. That is the key. Many men give relationship level effort to women who are giving them convenience level interest, and that imbalance destroys your self-respect. At EvoLeveX, we teach men to stop negotiating their value with people who are only half present. If you want to understand female behavior with more depth, emotional clarity, and strategic masculine awareness, check out the EvoLeveX guide, Decoded. What she wants, what she shows, and what she will never say. You can find it at evolevex.com. This guide will help you understand the gap between what a woman says, what she shows, and what her behavior actually reveals. Because a high-value man does not just listen to words, he studies patterns. Now, when you withdraw your constant validation, a vacuum is created, and that vacuum reveals truth. If she was genuinely interested, she will notice the shift. She may initiate. She may ask how you are. She may suggest meeting. She may become more intentional. She may start contributing to the connection because she realizes your energy is no longer freely flowing toward her. But if she was only consuming your attention, the connection may fade quickly. And that is not a loss, that is data. Most men fear this part. They think, what if I stop texting and she never reaches out? Good. Now you know you did not lose a woman who cared. You stopped entertaining someone who was not invested. That is not heartbreak. That is clarity. Because the wrong woman leaving your life creates space for your discipline, your purpose, your confidence, and eventually the right kind of connection. Now let us talk about how to measure the response, because not every response is equal. A low effort woman may send a lazy message like, "Hey, you disappeared. What happened?" Or "You don't text anymore." That may show she noticed the attention is stopped, but it does not automatically mean she is investing. Low effort checking in is not the same as high value contribution. A high value response includes effort. She initiates a real conversation. She asks about your life. She suggests a concrete plan. She says, let's meet this weekend. She follows through. She contributes emotionally, mentally, and practically. She shows consistency, not just momentary curiosity. That is important. Do not be fooled by temporary spikes of attention. Some people only become interested when they feel your attention leaving. They return just enough to regain access to your validation, and then they become passive again. This is why you must observe consistency over time. Not one message, not one sudden call, not one cute reply. Consistency. Does she repeatedly invest? Does she make time? Does she respect your boundaries? Does she add peace or confusion? Does she make the connection easier or heavier? These are the real questions. The investment test is not passed by words, it is passed by patterns. A woman who values you will not make you feel like you are constantly auditioning for her attention. She will not make you carry the entire emotional weight. She will not keep you stuck in uncertainty while enjoying your effort. She will show you through behavior that your presence matters. Now let us discuss the cost of passive presence, because many men underestimate how dangerous breadcrumbs can be. Breadcrumb attention is when someone gives you just enough to keep you interested, but not enough to build anything stable. A reply here, a compliment there, a little flirtation, a little warmth, then distance, then confusion, then another small signal. And you, as a man, start overthinking everything. You analyze her text, you wait for her replies, you change your schedule, you lower your standards, you keep hoping that if you just give a little more, care a little more, and prove a little more, she will finally choose you fully. But that is how men become emotionally dependent on uncertainty. And uncertainty is addictive. The inconsistent person creates emotional highs and lows. When she gives attention, you feel relief. When she withdraws, you feel anxiety. Over time, you confuse that anxiety with attraction. But a high value connection should not feel like emotional gambling. A real partner co-builds. She adds stability, she brings effort, she communicates, she respects your time, she contributes to your growth, your peace, and your direction. Your passive presence only consumes. She receives your attention, drains your mental energy, and gives back very little. And if you keep tolerating that, you are not being loving, you are abandoning yourself. A man with high self-esteem does not demand love from people who are not offering effort. He simply adjusts access. He does not beg. He does not explain his value repeatedly. He does not write emotional essays trying to convince someone to care. He watches. He learns. He moves accordingly. This is where masculine discipline becomes powerful, because attention is emotional currency and you must stop spending it on people who produce no return. Now, if you want to go deeper into the power dynamics of attraction, respect, masculine frame, and how women often respond to strength more than emotional availability, study the EvoLeveX guide, She Loves Power, Not You. The masculine strategy for winning women. You can get it at EvoLeveX.com. This is not about becoming heartless. It is about understanding that love without respect becomes weakness, and attention without standards becomes self-destruction. Now let us establish the new standard. Who deserves your focus? Not the woman who is the most attractive, not the woman who gives you the most mixed signals, not the woman who makes you chase hardest. The woman who deserves your focus is the woman whose actions show genuine investment. She respects your time. She communicates with maturity. She contributes to the connection. She makes effort without being forced. She does not only appear when she is bored, lonely, or seeking validation. She brings presence, not just beauty. She brings effort, not just attention. She brings peace, not just excitement. That is the standard. And here is the powerful part. You do not need to communicate this standard through long speeches. You communicate it through behavior. You stop rewarding low effort with high energy. You stop making yourself endlessly available. You stop chasing after inconsistency. You stop offering emotional benefits to someone who has not earned emotional access. Your actions become the boundary. If she invests, you respond with warmth. If she shows consistency, you give more attention. If she respects your presence, you allow deeper access. But if she stays passive, vague, inconsistent, or purely consuming, you calmly redirect your energy back to yourself. No drama, no anger, no emotional performance, just adjustment. That is power, because the highest form of self-respect is not arguing with people about how they should treat you. It is choosing who gets access to you. Now here is the roadmap. If the investment test reveals a lack of effort, first accept the data. Do not romanticize potential. Do not create excuses. Do not tell yourself she is just busy if she is consistently unavailable for you but available for everything else. Interest creates effort. Maybe not immediately, maybe not perfectly, but eventually. Genuine interest will move. Second, withdraw your emotional over-investment. Stop feeding the connection more than it feeds you. Bring your mind back to your mission, your body, your business, your studies, your career, your friendships, and your discipline. A man becomes dangerous when his energy is no longer controlled by who texts him back. Third, rebuild your frame. Your frame is the reality you live from. If your frame is, I hope she chooses me, you will act needy. If your frame is, I choose based on investment, you will act with calm confidence. That difference changes everything. Fourth, raise your requirements. Beauty alone is not enough. Chemistry alone is not enough. Words alone are not enough. If she wants your attention, she must show investment. If she wants emotional access, she must show emotional maturity. If she wants your time, she must respect your time. And if she wants a place in your life, she must contribute to the quality of your life. This is not arrogance, this is alignment, because a man who is building himself cannot afford to be emotionally drained by someone who only half shows up. Your life requires focus. Your purpose requires energy. Your growth requires discipline. Your peace requires boundaries, and your attention must be protected. So remember this, the investment test is not about making her chase you. It is about discovering whether she was ever truly moving toward you in the first place. When you stop carrying the entire connection, reality speaks. If she steps up, observe the quality of her effort. If she disappears, accept the truth. If she gives temporary effort and then returns to passivity, believe the pattern. Because a woman who truly values your presence will not only take from your attention, she will invest into the connection. She will show up. She will contribute. She will make your life feel more balanced, not more chaotic. And if she does not, you do not need to hate her. You do not need to expose her. You do not need to chase closer. You simply reclaim your energy. That is masculine maturity. That is self-respect. That is the EvoLeveX standard. So from today, stop giving away your most valuable asset to people who have not worked for it. Stop treating your attention like a default gift. Stop rewarding passive presence with full emotional access. Your attention is a prize. Your energy is an investment. Your presence is valuable. And the right woman will not just consume it, she will earn it. If this message hit you, like this video, subscribe to EvoLeveX and comment below. I choose investment, not attention games. And if you are ready to understand women, attraction, power, and masculine strategy at a deeper level, check out the EvoLeveX guides linked in the description. Decoded what she wants, what she shows, what she will never say. And she loves power, not you. The masculine strategy for winning women. Your attention has value, protect it, invest it wisely. And never forget, a high value man does not chase to be chosen. He observes who is worthy of access. Evolve, elevate, excel. This is EvoLeveX.